What's good, y'all? About to drop a video for y'all real quick. I'm just finishing up my day, doing what I gotta do. I'm doing my laundry right now. Gotta get ready for my work week. But I wanted to talk to y'all today about faith without works is dead. I'm gonna say that again because there's some people out there that still don't understand that. Faith without works is dead. Meaning this. You may have your whole life, mapped out. And I'm gonna expound on that too. Because when it comes to you operating in spirit, the one thing, like my older sister Monique used to say, she used to tell me all the time, like, you want to make God laugh? Tell him your plans, right? So you have a lot of us out here who will sit here and we'll map our whole life out, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You taking the time to write down your goals and, map out your entire life. It just means that you give a fuck about your life. You know what I'm saying? You give a fuck about where you're going and, what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's good. That's great. But what you have to understand is, spiritually, you will find yourself, and you don't understand this at first. If you don't tap in the spirit, you don't understand. So when you map out your life, when you call yourself mapping out your life, and you writing down all your goals, sometimes you might write your goals down on a piece of paper in a specific order. But spiritually, your list of the order you want to accomplish your goals in, the list might be rearranged. You see what I'm saying? Because all we know, because we're in the flesh, is that we want to accomplish something. You want to be this and you want to do this, and I gotta have this type of car and I gotta have this type of house, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want, you can have it. That's what you gotta understand. Whatever you want, you can have it, but you gotta put in the work. But sometimes, a lot of times, we don't know what's best. And a lot of times when we make that list, when we write down those goals and we map our whole life out, we're going off of desperation, right? You're going off of desperation, like, I just have to have it. And ain't nothing wrong with having that feeling. But you got to understand that when we operate in the flesh, spirit is always going to be present. Ain't no way around it. Whether you believe in it or not, that's your choice if you don't believe in it. But spirit is always present, and spirit is going to intervene when it sees fit to intervene. Because we are in the flesh, we don't always see what's best for us in the way that we should. You know what I'm saying? Because we be thirsty. We be thirsty for that car. We be thirsty for that promotion. We be thirsty for that degree. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really understand that if we're so thirsty about things and what we want to accomplish in life, that we don't really see the dead end streets. You know what I'm saying? We don't see the possible roadblocks. All we see is where we're trying to be. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But what you got to understand is, when it comes to spirit, your goals and your plan and your so-called map in life will be rearranged. It will be rearranged. And when you tap into the spirit world, you will understand that even if you take your list of goals or whatever you got mapped out about your life, when you notice that something has been rearranged, or you had planned to take a step right here, but spirit says go right here, you will learn that it's okay. If I don't take the step in the direction I thought that I wanted to take, it's okay, because spirit got my back. Faith without works is dead. It's a lot of us still out here who just, and not to talk down about the, religious people or nothing like that. I'm not talking down on y'all. But you guys tend to preach on, having faith in God, and you got to pray. And if you pray and do this, and, that's your main go-to, and ain't nothing wrong with that. If I come to you for about a problem or issue, you'll be like, well, maybe you just need to pray, baby. Maybe you just need to, ask God about it. But what you're not telling me is there's some work that I have to do, starting within myself first. You know what I'm saying? Starting right up here, for real. Most of life that we go through, like the things that we go through in life, is all mental. It's mind over matter. It's perspective. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to pray and meditate and all that, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But you have to put in the work, because your faith, the faith only has, like, yeah, you know what they say, you have the faith of a mustard seed, you know, and you'll be able to see and accomplish what you want to do. But what you got to understand is your faith is what's going to see you through your works. I'm going to say that again. Your faith is going to see you through the work that you have to do. Whether it's you going to school, whether it's you putting in overtime, whatever it is that you have to do, whatever type of work you got to put in to achieve or to obtain something that you're trying to obtain or achieve, the faith that you have. It can be the size of a mustard seed, but the faith that you have is what's going to see you through the work that you have to do. Because those of you who've actually took the time to, you know, if you're successful in an area, when you look back at that time where you was like in school, if you already got your degree or whatever, your certification or whatever it is that you accomplished, if you go back, if you look back in time for a minute, wasn't there plenty of times where you wanted to give up? Wasn't it plenty of times during that time where you was putting in the work, where you felt like maybe this is not what I should be doing? Maybe I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? It was the faith in what it was that you was trying to achieve, or what it was that you was trying to obtain, that made you keep putting one foot in front of the other. It was your faith. The faith is what motivates you. Like, yeah, I may not see the bigger picture now. Yeah, I've been putting in all this work and I'm not really seeing any results. That's how it was for me. Like, my fitness journey, plenty of times where I just felt like, man, is this even worth it? And my trainer, he helped me. He said, you have to just keep showing up. There's going to be times where I put your ass on this scale and it may move and it may not. But even when I get on a scale and I'm not really happy with what I'm seeing, I still show up. It's the faith. No one is saying that as you go through life, when you're trying to accomplish something or you're trying to obtain something, no one is saying that you won't have doubts. You're going to have your doubts. You're going to have moments where you feel like maybe you tripping and maybe, you thinking too highly of yourself, or you not smart enough, or you're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? But whole time, whatever the fuck it is in life that you want, you can have that. It's your birthright, spiritually. It's your birthright. That's why I said I made a video a couple months ago about having that victim mentality. When you have that victim mentality, and we all can have a victim mentality. I had one before. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in that video, I kept pointing the finger. And I felt like I rightfully I rightfully could point the finger. I could. But I didn't realize at the time how much it was hindering me. Because I wasn't realizing that I am my own woman. And despite what the fuck happened in the past, I still have to sit here and figure out my own life. I can't sit there and go throughout my entire life pointing the finger and blaming this person and blaming that person and, all that shit. You can't do that. Because when it's all said and done, you are the one held accountable, despite what's done to you. Whether it's through your childhood or your adult life. How you react, what the next move you take, you know what I'm saying? That's all on you. And it's all on you despite what you go through. You know what I'm saying? Your faith without works is dead. You can't sit here and pray and meditate and, oh, God, help me do this, and I really would like this house, but you ain't even doing what it takes. You ain't working on your credit. You ain't working on yourself from the inside out. You ain't working on how do you want something great like that when you ain't even working on your health? Your health is dwindling. You're not giving a fuck about what you put in your mouth as far as food. You're not giving a fuck about, putting your phone down, getting off social media for a little bit, and just reading the fucking book. You ain't taking no seminar classes. You're not taking time away from your friends. You're not taking time to yourself. And I talk about that all the time. I can't stress that to you enough. I used to preach that shit to people all the time, like, you need to be to yourself. You need to be to yourself, because that's how you're going to find you. I'm only going to say it a few times, because I get it. We hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't always obedient in my flesh. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it took a motherfucker to beat me upside the head for me to realize that, bitch, you fucking up. I need you to listen. You still not doing what I told you to do. I wasn't always obedient. But that's just what it is, being in the flesh. But what I need y'all to understand is you have to go through that process. It's a whole ass process spiritually. And I think a lot of y'all know that. But what happens is, when you think about the process, you think about the people that's going to walk away from you, the relationships that's going to end. Your friends is going to end up turning into enemies. And I say that because it's a lot of people, even your family, because it's a lot of people that know the old you. They're comfortable with the old you. The one that used to get in trouble, and, you know what I'm saying, you probably done been to jail a couple times, and, can't nobody tell you shit, and the old you. And although, because you claim that your friends and your family, right? But although you're moving the way you're moving, and it's not doing anything but dwindling your life, you're wasting your life. The same motherfuckers you call your friends and your family, they sitting there watching you dwindle. You want to know why? Because no matter how many times you out here fucking up, there is a benefit to you. There's a benefit to you for the people that's in your fucking circle. And if you make a change, if you go to them and say, hey, I'm done with the game. Hey, I'm done doing this. I feel like I need to do something better. I want to better my life. I want to, I want to tap into my spirituality. I want to become a better man or a woman. I want to become a better father or a mother. Just you mentioning that shit to those same people that you call your friends or your family will sit there and cause them to hate on you. For one, people don't mind you doing good in life. They just don't want you to do better than them. For two, the moment you make those changes, whatever the fuck it is about you that's beneficial to them, it's a good chance 9 times out of 10 that that's gonna go out the window too. Because the thought of you sitting there telling them motherfuckers that you want to make a change and you want to do better, and hey, I ain't about to go out with y'all for a minute, I got to work on me and all this and that third, it's a threat to them, because whatever it is that was beneficial to them that you was giving, and you ain't even know you was doing it, because you got a genuine ass heart, and you like, shit, if I call you my friend, you my friend. If you my family, you my family. You don't know. But people play on that shit. And people know that you don't know. You see what I'm saying? So, people will hate on you for that shit. And when you think about the process, of putting in the work, whatever it is in life that you're trying to obtain, whatever it is in life, your goals, whatever it is, you're going to lose people. And it is lonely over here. You hear me? But the question really is, are you really willing to make that sacrifice? A lot of people can't take the moment to be alone. A lot of people just have to, I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is like validation. Like, I just have to show the world that I have somebody that loves me, or I just have to show the world that I got a whole group of friends, or whatever the fuck it may be. And that's fine and all, but at the end of the day, it don't really mean shit. People don't really give a fuck about you like you think they do. You trying to prove a point to them for what? How about taking that same energy and prove that same point to yourself? I'm trying to tell you, that used to be me. That used to be me. And I'm telling you right now, when I changed my mindset, when I observed the process that I had to take, where I am at today, I'm telling y'all right now, it took me the past 5 years to get here. And I'm not exactly where I want to be yet. I've accomplished a lot of things along the way. But I'm not exactly where the fuck I want to be at. But I'm telling y'all, it took me where I'm at today. It took me the past 5 years to get here. It's a lot of shit y'all don't know. But y'all know if y'all read, when y'all read my book. Because I don't tell my business. You know what I'm saying? Those of y'all know who y'all are, y'all know. But at the end of the day, people don't know shit about me like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you right now in this video, the past 5 years, 5 fucking years, has been the biggest obstacle of my fucking life. I've spent the past 5 years of my life alone, working on me, bumping my motherfucking head. I'm not perfect, I ain't no damn saint. But what I'm telling you is, I'm going through the process. And I'm telling you, like, hey, all right, where you at? Where you at in your life right now? All right, be prepared for this. Be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. I life coach. I'm not no fucking psychiatrist or none of that shit. But if you tell me what you're trying to do, where you at, I can help you. All I do is help you paint a different perspective. And I'm telling you, the past 5 years, my perspective has constantly changed. And if you don't know how to handle that shit, you're going to be out here confused as fuck. That's what makes you bump your head the most in life. It's a lot of confusion. You know what I'm saying? But what the church say, confusion don't come from God. It comes from the enemy. A lot of this shit that we go through in life is a mental game. If you don't have this shit right up here, life is going to fuck you up. Every time. Every time. And this shit right here is not no joke. It is, to me, and this is my opinion, but it's a lifelong journey. As much wisdom as I have now and things that I've accomplished and a lot of stuff that I know now, I still have a lot to learn. And I'm not going to sit here and lie. It's times where it's a battle up here. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking battle up here. I ain't going to lie to y'all. That's why I'm real like this when I do my videos, because I know what it is. Sometimes you'll go through a season in your life where it just seems like everything, you're taking the right fucking steps. You're doing the right things. Then you'll come across a season in your life where you like, damn, for every step I take, I get knocked back 10 steps. And once you start feeling like that, you don't know what the fuck. You be so confused, then you be upset, and that's when depression and shit start kicking in. Then you might be having suicidal thoughts and shit. That shit start kicking in. And you have to battle all that. You have to fight through that shit. Ain't no other way around it. I'm trying to tell you. You have to fight through that shit. It's one thing for a motherfucker to be like, yeah, one day I'm going to be rich and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, like, and I'm going to have this type of house, and you know what I'm saying? It's another thing when you're going through the process of putting in the work to get that. That's what y'all not getting. You got some people out here that will go through that process, and you can tell they going through the process. They going through it. It's all over their face. It's all over, their attitude fucked up and all that. They in their feelings because of the fucking process. That's understandable. Then you got a group of people who they don't look like nothing they've been through. That's because they figured it out. But it's okay if at your point in your life right now, you haven't figured it out. But I'm trying to tell you, you have to make time to figure that shit out. And the only way to do that is you have to get to yourself. Even when you're in relationships. Ain't nothing wrong with your romantic relationship. But it's a lot of y'all out there who don't understand. Y'all are your own individuals. You in love with them, they in love with you, but you still have your own path in life, and so do they. And there is a moment, plenty of moments in your life where you have to, hey, listen, I need to take 2 hours to myself today. Hey, I'm about to, I'm about to be gone for a little minute. I gotta, and that's okay. That's for your personal growth. Because like I said, a lot of what we go through in life is mental. This shit right here ain't no joke. And the enemy, the devil, or whoever you want to call it, it plays with this a lot. It plays with this a lot. Especially when you're distracted. When you're distracted, that's the best time. You ain't even paying attention to yourself. You go out every fucking weekend. You just gotta be up under this person. You gotta be up under that person. But God can't even get to you. God and the universe can't even get to you. You don't hear nothing that they're trying to tell you. You sitting there praying, you sitting there trying to manifest things, but you can't even hear the answer. And then you sit there and you get mad at God and the universe because you don't hear the answer. The whole time it's like you ain't even positioned yourself in your life. We all get 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day. And you mean to tell me you can't take at least an hour, 30 minutes to an hour to sit there and separate yourself from the world? I don't give a fuck if you got to go sit in your closet. Or if you got to go sit in the bathroom. Or if you got to take a moment and go sit in your car. No music, no social media, none of that. And you sit there and you talk to your spirit guide. You sit there and you talk to God. And you like, Lord, help me. Universe, help me. What steps should I take next? But when you out there partying all the time and you in this relationship where y'all arguing all the time and even your kids, you need time to yourself. Just a moment. You have that right. That's your birthright. That's how you get in tune with yourself. You got people out here though that when you try to do that, they'll sit there, oh, well, she thinks she better than us, or he thinks he better than us, and motherfuckers don't want to come around no more. Motherfuckers acting brand new. Ain't nobody acting fucking brand new. You my homie, or we're in a relationship and I love you to death. But I also have my individual path, and so do you. And if you fuck with me like you say you do, then you're not going to intervene with that. If I said I need time to myself to meditate and to pray and to get my thoughts together or just to have a woosah moment, if you fuck with me and you love me and you care for me like you say you do, then you won't interfere with that. Because at the end of the day, that comes first. I don't care what relationship you have with a person. I don't give a fuck about none of that. All you have is you. Your temple. What you eat. The shit you listen to. The shit you allow yourself to watch. The shit you allow yourself to entertain. All you have is you. And if you don't take care of you first, you're not going to be no good for nobody else. Your faith without works is dead. It's good that you have faith. It's good that you believe in yourself. But what are you going to do to obtain that thing? You got to put in some work. You think this you really think that you're going to sit here and put some shit out into the universe and it's just going to come to you just cuz? You have to show yourself approved in all things. Just like if you going on a job interview, you can't go tell them people that, hey, I'm the best person for the job and I can do this and do that, and just expect them to just take your word. If they let you in those doors, if they write you a fucking check, you're gonna have to show them every day that they made a good decision. Because your words ain't enough. Not for this world that we live in, and not for the universe either. The universe, yeah, like I grant you whatever. It's like a genie. But what are you gonna do? What kind of work you gonna put in? My mom used to always tell us, she used to say, life don't owe you shit. She used to say, you owe life. Life don't owe you a damn thing. And it's a lot of people out here walking like life owes them. Your faith without works is dead. Whatever you've been through in your childhood, whatever it is that you've been through in life in general, you are either going to sit there and continue to be the victim. And I'm not saying that you don't have the right to be. There's probably several people in your life that you can point the finger at. Most likely it is. But what I'm telling you is, what is it that you're going to do for yourself? You going to keep sitting there pointing the finger at them, or you going to sit there and be like, you know what? I've been through some horrible shit in my life, but at the end of the day, the ending. That's going to be another video topic. You are the co-creator of your life story. You have more control over this shit than you believe you do. That's another video topic that I'm going to do. What are you going to do? Yeah, this person broke your heart. Yeah, these motherfuckers betrayed you and failed to be there, and you've been the best friend, and motherfuckers ain't be there for you like you was there for them. But what the fuck are you going to do about your life? Because we all done been through some shit. And a lot of us, we handle shit different. Some people cry, some people don't. Some people get mad, some people fall into depression, some people become suicidal. We all deal with that shit different. So although we all are technically connected, whether you believe in that or not, we are still our own individuals. So we handle life different. What affects you may not affect me like that, and vice versa. Your faith without works is dead. You can have all the faith in the world. You can have your whole fucking life planned out, which God gonna laugh at. Because whatever order you feel like it's gonna happen in, is most times it's not, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that it won't happen the way you want it to. But you gotta put in the work.